On the call this morning, U.S. futures are positive ahead of a government report that may show faster economic growth. Microsoft is up 0.5% after David Einhorn called for the board to replace CEO Steve Ballmer. And NetApp is up 4% on strong earnings. I'm Alex Steele, and the morning call starts right now.
Good morning. I'm Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer with T3Live.com.
And I'm Alex Steele from The Street, and together we bring you the morning call. Before we get into the markets and stocks, I just want to acknowledge the passing of Mark Haynes the other day. It was a big loss for CNBC, his family, and of course the rest of us, so our heart goes out to everybody there. And specifically with Scott, I'd love to talk to you because if you said if you've been on CNBC 150 times, 100 of the times were from Mark, and he really busted your chops. He really did, and I wonder if he made you a better stock picker, a better market participant because of it. It's tough love.
It was surely tough love. Like any coach in any sport, you always need someone who makes an impact, and he made an impact on everyone that he interviewed. He asked the hard questions. And sometimes I would get a little upset because I felt like it was unfair, and I would have to remind him of things that we spoke about. But all in all, his mantra always remained the same. He was who he was. And just like two quick stories. First one, when I was on with him, the first time I think I came in with my suit jacket, I had my cologne on. He turns to me and he's just like, shouldn't you be on spring break somewhere in Cancun? I was like, all right, this is going to go great. And then
but he asked you back, so that's a good sign.
Well, the next time I came back, he said, you again?
Yeah.
And then as I tried to teach him a little about technical analysis, because over the past 4 years it's become that much more prevalent, I was coming on, one of the themes was the wedge on Wall Street. So I'm sitting there with him and Aaron and Bob Pisani, because that was my crew, for a good 20 or 30 segments. And he starts off the whole segment, he goes, so Scott, is this wedge going to give investors a wedgie? I was like, I guess if you're on the wrong side of it when we get that directional move, when it gets out of that compact pattern. But it was always interesting, and it was a love-hate relationship, and the soft spot will be there, so my condolences go out to his family, because this is horrible. He was way too young and way too many things to look forward to.
Yeah, and it's a big loss for everyone in the financial community. So into the market snapshot for today, we do want to set you up for the weekend and set you up for summer trading. So Scott, yesterday we had a nice bounce. We're up slightly again today. What does this mean? What's that new range for the market? Is there a new range, or are we just range bound for a while?
Well, it seems like we're just following the slow descending channel to the downside. All in all, correcting in a methodical pattern. We're almost about 4.5% off the highs, and right now we've been groping to hold the 100-day moving average. About a month ago, it was interesting where the market was holding up and the leading stocks were acting worse, so that gave us some clues that we would correct. But recently now, with the market correcting and the S&P getting pressured, I'm seeing better action in the leading stocks, so that is giving me some positive, just a kind of oomph.
And not only better action in the leading stocks, but I wanted to point out a sector rotation we saw yesterday, sort of out of the utilities and the staples and healthcare that we had seen over the last couple of weeks, and into energy, raw materials, and industrials, which is also a starting of a bullish signal, I would say.
Yeah, more growth arenas versus conservative.
Appetite.
So if you take a quick look at the chart of the S&P, I just want to show you the spiders, because a lot of people are trading it or trying to be long. Here's that descending channel that I'm talking about. Okay, here's that 100-day moving average. I am long some as of yesterday. I would add, if it can get above this 133 to fill this gap, this will be a level of resistance. And then at some particular point, not sure when it's going to be, we're going to break this downtrend, hopefully to the upside. We'll see volume, we'll see participation, and that'll tell me or give us some clues to start getting more aggressive. But for right now, keeping it small and taking trades is what's been working for my traders.
Right, so when we see those little bounces, you're just taking the trades and not going heavily long or anything.
Yeah, I'm not chasing anything.
Okay, then wait and see.
Because this whole rally is getting more narrow, and there's only a few stocks that are acting very well, and I feel like we go over a lot of these same stocks, which you're going to...
Yeah, we're going to talk